Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode number 31. I am your host, Ragebully as always. Joining me this time is the usual crew of DX Takamina on the right, Derek on the bottom left, and Yeho on the bottom right. Hey everyone.
Yo, what's up?
Up? How you
What's up?
doing?
What's up?
Alright, before we start with the actual episode, a shout out to MrJoshbox. If
Yeah,
you
man.
haven't seen it, he
Gosh.
put
Yes.
on his YouTube page a very nice video of just highlighting like important people on not important people, maybe important people on YouTube that do like vlogs or just idle stuff, and we were mentioned in it. So huge thanks to Josh and you know what, the entire community. It's like the more people get involved in this, we get a better community. We can show more and maybe get more true AKS, and then have more international, notice than
Yeah.
just what the situation right now is. So yeah, thank you again, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right,
Also,
all right.
too, I wanted to just point out something real quick.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
Josh just said. If there's anyone out there that's watching this and aren't aware of different groups and stuff, and that obviously Josh's video is a great place to start. But there's also a lot of blogs out there too, and that would be something else to kind of look into. And I'm sure Josh would even know about that. But there's like my friend Chris who does like Chuadori. That's his blog. He's one of the biggest reasons why I'm into AKB as much as I am today, because he is just exhaustive in terms of what he's done with handshake events and events he's been to. He's kind of an earlier sort of Woda, so to speak. He's been there since the very early days of the theater, but even now he still goes. He was just the high tension handshake. You would do very well to do your research and just kind of look up the various blogs and stuff as well, and complement that with the YouTube channel. So I just want to say that, and congratulations to Josh for keeping that door open for all of us to
Yep.
think about more outside of what we're doing. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, it was a good idea for the showing on YouTube that there are a lot of people who are actually, giving their time and
Yeah.
effort to give us informed or their experiences, and for people who are new and are like afraid to go into deeper into idol territory, that can show that very good
Ah.
community, that is like
Yeah.
like Yeo, right,
Yeah.
pointedly to himself.
Pretty much.
The information we have, the forums, the news sites, this is all big community. Even now in this day and age, with the huge
Yep.
effect of social media, we can all be connected from like here, from all around the world, just talking about stuff we love. And instead of, hiding it away, and maybe for some people who are embarrassed to share it because other people don't understand what it actually is, that's just great, keeping everybody happy and just sharing and just throwing it out there for people who are needing more information.
Yeah, and
Yeah, exactly.
don't be embarrassed about like what you love, especially when it comes to something like idols, which are their whole goal of idols is what? To make us happy, to make us smile, to enjoy life and rise and fall with them and cry at their documentaries. It's a community, like you said, Robin. And I think Josh really kind of brought that out. I mean, look,
Yeah.
Yayo is a perfect example. I mean,
Yep.
Yayo is a good example of what I'm talking about. He just embodies the whole spirit of joy in our community. So I think I think that it's really important that we do this, especially in the day and age that we live in, and the people that are doing what they're doing in this world. It's nice to have an escape, and
Yeah.
idols will do that for you, especially AKB. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one more shout out to Joeliscious. He just posted on his
Yes.
Twitter a short little blog about who the person is and what he or she is doing. I have no clue. Is it he or she actually?
He,
I
I
think
believe.
it's a he actually. So yeah, I think it's he. He's Joel actually. So yeah.
Well, not his real name though, or she.
Really?
Yeah. So if you read the
Oh,
story about Joeliscious, you can see how the history to went, how he became a fan and now subbing and stuff like that. And it's interesting that he started by liking other stuff and seeing stuff, and then he get
he just
inspired
yeah.
to just
Okay.
do it himself. And he's very humble. It's like saying, "Oh, my subs aren't that good," but just
So
putting it
even
out
not
there,
delicious.
it helps other people. You know what?
Exactly.
Who are afraid to watch the show because they don't understand Japanese. And if you just give a tiny bit of understandable, you can watch it, and it helps the community grow. So thanks
Well,
again for all the subbers, actually, for everyone who subs.
thanks.
Oh
Of
yeah, I
course, yeah.
mean, Yeah,
Oh,
like Joel especially. And sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, buddy.
no, no.
I was gonna say like with Joel, like I've had a conversation with him rather quite a bit because I was so scared he wasn't gonna finish Kabasuka because he kind of got burned out on it, and I
Yeah.
really talked with him about it. It was like, please finish. I mean, I know it's completely up to you to do that, but you've seen it all the way up to this certain point. Just finish it, and he did. Which I'm so happy he did, and then also he's a big Odakaki fan, and I
Yep.
believe, if I'm not mistaken, Joel
He's
kind
going
of
to
came
start.
up.
Yeah. He's going
Yeah,
to start
right.
with other Kage again. Yeah. So I'm
Ah,
looking forward to that as well.
good, good,
Kind of
good.
wondering if I
Yeah,
can help him out a bit, but that's something I have to consider myself. But since I actually can understand Japanese as well, so I'm still
right.
considering helping him out or not. But I really want to.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
I highly encourage you to because he always needs help. He's also doing this on his own. He's even kind of put it out there. Look, you want to help me out with money? This makes it easier for me to do this, which I'm all for. I think I personally, if I had the money, I would pay subbers like a regular salary to do this because there is nothing out there. But then that kind of defeats the purpose of them just doing it to do it. Like, yeah, you
Yeah.
can attest. So I would say in some sense, like Joel really epitomizes what all the subbers have been doing over the years. And he came up through like the likes like Blue Taiko, like Blue's been wonderful.
Yep.
Lonely Avocado before her. There's been so many great subbers. Of course, the lovely folks at My Idol.
Oh yeah.
And you Unko 48. We certainly
Yeah.
we certainly are very lucky to have people that do this. And again, community, that's what it's about. And it's nice that Josh kind of really pointed us into a moment to just take a step back and say thank you. And
Yeah.
good shout out, Robin. I'm glad you brought them up.
Yeah,
Of course. Yeah,
it is
of
always
course.
the usual sticks that people say like, if it weren't for the fans, we wouldn't do it. But it's true. If it weren't for people,
Really true.
we can't grow as a community, and we
Exactly.
need everyone who likes it, loves it, has ideas to evolve, get bigger. Like this. This started just with an idea. You know what? I want to talk more than I just with my friends who can't stand me talking about idols. You know what? I'm gonna film it
man.
and put it on YouTube.
Oh,
I do
and-
that too all the time. Like, hey,
Well, true.
this girl just posted a picture in Twitter. Oh yeah, Mako!
No, you were probably one of the craziest when it comes to Twitter. Like my Facebook feed is all you and DX, like, and it's awesome
Yeah.
because I learned so much just from your Twitter feed. Seriously, both of you, like all your postings. But also, really, super quick shout out, whoever
Yeah.
you are, Mr. Good Enough Subs or Mrs. Good Enough Subs.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Cool.
you. Thank you for not giving up backup subs now. I
Yep.
appreciate it. Anyways.
Oh man, but everything from Joeliscious to MrJoshbox to Mr. Good Enough subs, everything will be linked in the video description. So please pay them a visit and say thanks for the subs, I would say.
Yeah, that would be a
Yes.
good idea to put on this episode. Links to all those people who are helping the community. But alright, let's get into the actual show.
Yep.
Right.
So, well, it's been a slow news week, to be honest. Does anyone want to start with something?
I want to start with the new Team 8 show with the
Yes.
Manzai duo Audrey.
Go ahead.
How was it?
Last Friday, the first episode aired, and man, it was hilarious. Especially the first skit with Yoshikawa Nanase as a Gyaru maid in the family restaurant. I was laughing so hard. At first, it was Wakabayashi just coming in as a regular customer, and he asked for the waitress, and I was like, why is she reacting so strange? Nanase, or something like that. It was a random shout in any case. And then this girl shows up with the whole Gyaru wig, with the blonde wig and such, and all the Gyaru mentality. I was like, oh man, is she for real? And so she sits him, and it was like the usual. But then, in the middle of the random restaurant, she just took a selfie with Wakabayashi, and he was like, what? In any case, sure. And
She posted it online,
posted
right?
it yeah, she posted it on Instagram with the hashtag Hitori Family no Bochi or something like that. It's just like a lonely guy at a family restaurant with this pretty much me.
That's kind of funny.
And then her phone shouted, and then her phone went off. And before picking up, she actually did a bit of power before actually picking it up. I was like, oh man,
nice,
really?
nice.
Yeah. So basically, the show,
Yeah.
how it is premised is by doing multiple skits. It's like
Yep.
I can compare it to Saturday Night Live. You know, it starts
Yeah.
out, it has an audience in it, they do like an opening monologue, and then they go to certain skits, then they have a music interlude between there. By the way, the music part,
Yeah, it's all flat.
again, so they put the three girls who had their solo concerts, and you know my opinion on the solo concerts,
Yeah.
so why put those three voices in one song? They even had to restart because they screwed up the start of the song, so they were like, alright,
Oh, that's
let's try
funny.
again. But the show is pretty funny actually. It showcases teammates more as individuals instead of like the whole group. And for me, the funny part was a moment where I'm gonna say her name wrong. Help me out there, DX.
Oh, the arena.
Yeah,
Oh, the Eri. Oh, the
yeah.
Eri. Yeah.
She showed up as like this hypnotizing magician,
Yeah.
and then took random teammate members and then said, "All right, now you're a cat, or now you're a gorilla." And what was the last one she did? It was very funny.
Ah, it's on the. I can't remember it. It's on the slip of my tongue though. I can't remember it.
It was funny though.
Yeah,
But
true.
I recommend the show. It's just quick bits with skits in there, and then a musical ending on it.
And
And
even
of course,
the-
Audrey
yeah.
Audrey is great, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always pretty solid. Especially, I mean, they're a good time. But is it similar? Would you say to AKB show?
Not AKB show, but the predecessor of AKB Go, AKB no Ichiji Yukyu.
Oh,
the show that-
really?
yeah,
I
it's
would
something like that.
say that. Yeah, the difference with AKB 48 show is it the skits are in there and the music part is in there, but not the documentary of you know we're going to this event or we're going to backstage
Right.
this event.
Yeah.
That's not
I
fair.
really compare it to the setup of Saturday Night Live. You know, opening monologue with the live audience. There was a part where they actually picked people from the crowd
Oh yeah.
and put
for
into
it. Yeah.
like a whole skit. There was this handshake event.
Yeah, go for
Like
it.
a mini
Oh,
handshake event. First with what's his name? The two.
Kasuga.
Yeah.
Shaggy.
I-
Kasuga.
So he had to
Shaggy.
go for a handshake event, and he was getting pulled by her, and he was like, "Oh God, it's so tight and so cute." But then an audience member
I can see
got picked, and when he stood up, one of the teammate members were like, "Wait, you're my Oshi, right?" It's like, "I'm sorry, like I got picked." then he got there, and he got the handshake, and it was so tight, and he was pulled to her, and he said, Hanase, it's let go. It's like, no, I have my Oshi. Was such a good. We was definitely a moment where someone's Oshi was getting stolen by someone else.
Yep. Oh man.
Fishing. Yeah, there
Fishing.
you go.
It got hooked.
By the way, yep, it was Sata Nanami who tried to fish the pen.
Oh, she did well though. If that
Yeah.
happened to me, it's like, all right. Okada who?
Yeah, man.
There you go.
No, that's actually a
Oh, man.
fun
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah, it's-
Sorry, I was distracted by Yayo's devotion to his Oshi there. No, I think it sounds amazing. I really hope it continues. Then that's cool. I mean, especially if they can come out like swinging like that.
The preview for the episode 2 looked amazing though.
Yeah.
There are gonna be some crazy stuff in there, and again, they're gonna play some games, I believe.
I'm still not sure though how anything. I mean, obviously, AK Bingo is at the top. I think of the heap of all the variety shows for and obvious reasons. But I'm not sure how anything can really top like SK's Ebi show or because I mean,
yeah, that was
oh my
amazing.
goodness, ridiculous! Just every episode was so funny. You know, especially the one like when they were doing the Icky Man and Jirina, like you know,
God,
was
yeah.
like the top-
Dunsos, oh man.
Oh man,
Oh
or
my
the,
goodness.
Or the Yukami
So-
with the Nightmare skit.
Oh!
The Yuko.
That
So
Neymar skit
good,
went
like,
so long sometimes.
It
Yeah.
was so good.
it
No, I'm
also
just saying.
shows, Like
Yeah,
Okubo is actually a good comedian too. Like she's been
She's
there
Yeah.
for-
amazing. Yeah, she's also in Matcha Ike,
So-
of course. It's also pretty fun.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, when Akubo and just to go here, but when Akubo was like doing like interviews with the SK girls and what's her name, Churi came in and
Yeah.
like was acting like all crying, and when she left, Akubo was like, "What's wrong with that girl?"
Oh yeah, with the live with the chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roasted chicken. Like here's a present.
Akubo was like, "Is there something mentally wrong with her?"
And like thanking like arigato gozaimasu.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, I just
really. I was starting out as a fan. I believe after AK Bingo, I
Yeah.
got into more. But then that was the next show to go to because they had
Oh, it was?
they had Abby Fry, then they
Yeah,
had
Abby Fry.
Yeah.
Calcio.
Right.
Abby
Calcio?
Calcio got me
Abby's-
first in, yeah. And then you got,
It started with AB Friday Night. After
Yeah.
that, it was AB Show, and after that, it was AB Call Show, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I
right,
got
right.
into Abby's show, and then I watched Friday Night, and then to Calcio. But Abby's show was amazing. Oh, that the whole scoreboard room with the battles in there. Also,
Yeah.
you had from HKT Tanaka Natsumi in there.
Oh
Boss.
man.
Ah, that's
Oh,
right.
yes.
Yeah, boss.
Such crazy moments in that show. Yeah, that was a great time. I really hope they do another one.
Yes.
I don't know
Yeah.
why, because it was a nice segue to AK Bingo this week. They mention it because they had like a national show
Yeah.
from the Abby show, but now
Yeah.
they're quiet down. They have no SKE shows aside from their standard shows that's only aired in Nagoya.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because I think that's why my mind wanted to go there and talk about this was just because when I watched AK Bingo this week, first of all, I was hysterical, and I love when they complain about each other because it's so funny, but because I feel like we're seeing real things there, like it's and you know women's like their MCs are so perfect for this because they love to just prod and get them to come out because they thrive on the chaos
Yeah.
there. But like when like they were making fun of you, Karen, with her dancing and like Dorina,
They had to
like,
cut it.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was too long segment for the show. They had to cut it.
They cut that, and then and to switch quickly, I was gonna say like when they were talking about the dressing rooms,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I thought everybody was making fun of AKB, and I'm like, oh, they're all right, and then AKB comes back with that, and I'm like, that's right, it got like NGT's dressing room. I mean, oh my
NGT has a massage room. They were like, eh.
Yeah. Oh man.
HKT is like we have our own little private first gen room, and then there's AKB. We've all seen the back of their thing. It's like smaller than my apartment, like living
Yeah.
room.
At least they have the legendary Akimoto Sayaka's picture.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I-
makes it all better.
I
That makes
really,
it better than the others.
I really laughed at Yui's line when they showed the HKT dressing room. They're like, they have tables. They actually have tables. It's like really.
No, but you're right. Like they don't like. I think the real most legitimate argument was definitely the shows, and I think that's actually like I hope AKS actually listen and thinks about it because SKE doesn't have anything. They have such great variety. I mean, you have Dasi, you have My Girl, they're great variety. Kaotan, you have the three of the biggest like variety girls in SKE, and they don't even have a chance to shine. NGT, I mean, Kitahara, she's ridiculous and doing her fun little skits. If you watch her showrooms, like she's so animated that like. Why? Well, I guess we'll see with NGT because
They have a
their
show. They have a show.
They have a
now.
show. They have a new show. NGT
Yeah.
and
Two episodes right now, and I watched the first episode,
Yeah,
and
so,
it's pretty funny actually because the MCs are like this. They're well known, but
Lottie.
yeah, they're
Lati.
Yep.
I don't know how long they are in business, but they
Yeah,
have
quite a
been
bit
getting
of business,
exposure in the last few years, especially the guy with the long hair. He was also
Yeah.
on a Keiya Katanai episode when they went to the zoo, so I remember that guy. Pretty funny dude, and he was like performing with the girls, and it's definitely a feel to Odekake, if I need to compare
pretty
it
much.
to.
NGT no Odekake. Or Gobotan, I would rather
Yeah.
say. Odekake starts off with the studio thing, but the NGT show don't has a studio segment. I think it's
Yeah,
straight-
I saw the first episode of the NGT show and I thought it was
Yep.
decent. I mean it did definitely like you said, Robin, had an Odekake feel. But that's what I'm saying. Like a couple years ago we had so many shows.
Yeah,
for all the
exactly.
groups, and
I
then
just
it
hope.
just
Yeah, it seems
all
like
sudden
it's
down.
now returning. It seems like those days are returning with the new Team 8 show, the new NGT
Mm.
show. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So feeling giddy about it. So
Yeah, I'm hoping they listen to what the girls complain about. I can't wait to see what they complain about next episode because I think
Yeah.
they're going to continue it. So I think that's kind of the feel I got at the end of it. So
With the
We'll see.
Yukirin impersonations, like it seems everyone knows how to impersonate Yukirin a little bit. But what got me was Oguri Yui, who just never seen that side of her. You know, first with the Komiyama saying like, you know, if you go with that on the screen, you can have your face in it. Like
Yeah.
Komiyama taking advice from Oguri Yui's. It was like Moromoto says, like amazing. But then she did like the catchphrase from Yukari and saying at
Oh,
the
yeah.
end like 25
Oh.
years old. She's like, whoa.
Whoa.
I
Wow.
laughed so hard at that because it took me a second to register because I don't know sadly enough I don't know my Kamiyoshi's catchphrase like that well, and then when she said Yukira's like wait a minute, and she was like, and I was just thinking that's actually really funny. Like, does this girl have like a hidden variety girl inside of her? Does Miramoto know something we don't? Is that why he's picking her and like always like, puts her up on the pedestal, which is so funny because she just lets him do it. Like when they were doing the goldfish and like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's picking on number one. I think it's a good idea. I definitely think it's his favorite currently because he started out with Renachi as his favorite, but then
Yeah.
Mhm.
quickly went to Yui. But yeah, AKS noticed it, and then they want to push her a lot, and I think it's maybe too much. They do that too much often, you know. Last year was with Mion, now they're doing with Yui, I believe. It's like you can push certain members up front, but don't do it too hard. And they also need to adjust, and the fans need to adjust. They're like, okay, who's this again? You know, not everyone knows. There are so many members. Not everyone follows like every member. There's like so
Exactly.
much news out there.
Yeah, well, after the Yui dropped the Yukirin joke bomb there, I think we're all gonna pay more attention to her because
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
I want to see her like dude, I want to see her troll people, like especially like if she could get online and do it, like go to somebody's showroom and start trolling them. Because seriously, I didn't realize she had that streak about her. Like she's so quiet, and then you think, oh, she actually had the intelligence to do that, and we all had to stop for a second and realize the genius of that little joke. Yukirin, of course, is like, wait, you're basically making fun of my age. Thank you. Like it's so
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I loved it. I'm glad you brought that up.
Speaking then of other shows, there's a. Let's get to it right away. I'm gonna talk about
Here we go.
Do your thing. Go for it.
Tofu
Go for it.
Wrestling Episode 2. It's not good. There's only one likable character, and that's Yokohama Yui. She has, you know, this honest, you know, nice person type, and it's like, I like you. Just keep comparing on my screen in the episodes, and it's fine. But the main character Sakura, it's
Wait,
Oh,
go ahead.
Alright.
adding to Yui, like the young Yui that acted, she's so pretty. Like she actually looks like Yui during that part.
That was a nice transition, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. They showed like a flashback of a younger Yui, and then they showed like the real Yui had that hairstyle the same. Coincidence. but it was a nice transition. No, but Sakura is just this unlikable character, and her acting skills are better than in Majiska because it was always, you know, the serious face. I need to do
Yeah,
blah
yeah,
blah
yeah.
blah. But this one, she's like this you know. It's like in the first episode, she was like, "Oh, I hate everything, hate the world. Oh, my dad died." You know, I love wrestling right now. I'm gonna grab his belt and say, "I'm champion." And it's like,
I am champion.
yeah, she did in English as well. So
Oh my
it was,
God.
but then
Just wow.
there's no development. There's like still, you know what? They're now gathering. She wants to make a rival wrestling school, so it's now Tofu Wrestling. Like that doesn't work, but okay. So she went to the school, and then they had cameos of Furuhata now playing on her saxophone and just saying
Yep.
like no. And then they came back again, and maybe she's gonna be there. Renachi as the, like, you know, the most popular girl, and then this is why I don't like the main character. So you have the most popular girl, and then three girls who are following them. And then Sakura just pushes them one out of the way, asks Renachi to join, and she's then the other girls are saying, "So why not us?" "Well, you're ugly." It's like, yeah, that's the main character I want to get behind. You know, who just
Yeah.
picks on other girls. And
Oh, man.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I think Sakura-tan, she might still be thinking she's in Majisuka because, like,
Yeah.
you know, like climbing the top of the stairs, don't care who gets in her way, you know, not friendly. But I've noticed that with her, like she just overall, like I don't know, maybe it's just her and her personality that you can attribute some of this to. That but I think at the end of the day it is about writing. As somebody who writes stuff like in like the movie business now, I think I can say that and be honest and say that that's what I'm doing. I understand the need for time, that you only have so many minutes on a screen to develop stuff, and unfortunately because of the way the Japanese like dramas are set up, it's usually like one and done as far as seasons go. Like they don't, it's not like if you take a show like The Sopranos here in America where it's six and a half, 7 seasons, you can develop a character all over 88 something shows, versus Japan, it's what, 10 episodes. So they got, I mean, in one episode, like the world can change. And that's the only thing I would say is the issue with all of these shows that come out for AKB, is that they have to operate under that format, unfortunately. So while yes, it moves at lightning fast speed, I I don't necessarily think that's the fault of even the writers. They just know they have to get so much done in 10 episodes. They probably have a real big story to tell. Like I had that same problem when I watched Black Suit Monogatari with Yukaren and Iriyama Anan. Like
right,
when like that show was, I thought, very incredibly well done, and I had a fun time watching it, but it moved so fast. And it moved to the point where it was like they had to skip so much character development when they didn't need to. And Kabasuka also, although in Kabasuka's case it actually worked well because you didn't really need character development. It was just fun. But this, I understand what you're saying. I would just say,
I would still say it's bad writing because I watched
yeah,
a different
okay,
show
sure.
called War on Money,
Yeah.
with Oshima Yuko in it, and that moved at a well enough pace. You know, it was every episode was well connected. It didn't feel rushed at sometimes, like oh now this is happening or now this is happening. I get it. They only have most of the time 10 or 12 episodes. That then no second season or anything. But if you know you have that time frame, then write in that certain time frame, and don't be like in episode one we have to introduce all these characters, and then in the second episode we have to move like quickly forward. No, no, just move it at a slow pace, and adjust to that. Introduce some characters, then move the plot forward at the speed you want to, and then in the second episode introduce another character. That's how you keep your attention. That's what they did in Kabuska Gakuen. They had those one shots of appearances. They introduced new characters, and it didn't feel rushed to follow. That's why I enjoyed the episode, because it was like,
Yeah, it was fun.
okay,
Oh yeah.
now we're talking about this subject in this episode. Now it's Okada Nana's story, or it's Takahashi Jury's story, or Vernachi's story, and so on and so on. It didn't feel like out of place or rushed. Like in this, it feels too rushed. I know 22 minutes they have, but you can adjust. You can set the pacing.
Yeah, I mean, like my Yu Yu's drama that she came out with, what, last year before the bookstore girl. What was it?
Oh yeah.
Shoten something.
Tatakawa Shoten.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Perfect
probably one of my
example.
favorite. It was one of my favorite shows, I think, that
Yeah.
they've ever done, because that moved pretty fast, but it was good writing. So like I got to really know the characters really well, and I thought, okay, this is good. This is how it was. I thought it moved maybe a little too fast at the end, but I understand, again, the one and done. What are you gonna do? But in this case, with the wrestling, I'm just curious if, the bigger story that they're ultimately hopefully going to try to tell is going to involve a character arc where Sakura-tan goes from stop being like this jerk bully to an actual human being. That is that's the whole point of this, is that she goes through this experience with wrestling in order to become more human than the fake character she's maybe trying to be in the ring or something. I can understand the symbolism there, and maybe we're just getting there. It's kind of like, if I can use an American analogy, The Walking Dead. This past season has been absolutely atrocious, because the first half, which was over in December, was nothing but misery and death, and it was a total drag as a fan, and I've been a fan since day one, to watch. And now it's going to come back, and it looks like it's going to be awesome. And even the main character on the show said the whole first half of the season, the reason why that happened was so that you can see what happens this end, and it's going to all make sense. I don't agree with that, but at the same time, I'm wondering if that's what's going on here with Tofu. That they're going to drag you through the mud before they finally give you this awesome ending. We can hope.
To
Let's hope
compare
so.
that with The Walking Dead, though,
Sure.
they're now so popular they focus more on ratings than on actual plot.
I would
Because
agree with you there completely. Sure.
because when the opening season, the first episode of the season, that's huge, it's amazing, and then it's like episode 2, it's fine, I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's the mid-season finale. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh, this
Right.
is huge.
Right.
And then they have the season finale. Then they have a teaser for then the like last season, they're like, we're gonna end on this, that's the end, and then you have to wait like 6 months before we opening. Oh, anticipation, more ratings when the first episode comes up, and sadly, a
Yeah.
lot of shows do that. That then when it gets popular, too popular, then they care more for ratings because money, and
Yeah,
then the story
advertisements.
gets
Yeah.
put down a bit.
Yeah.
It,
But
it
yeah,
also it also kind of reminds me of like the Lost format. Like I don't know if you guys ever watched the TV show Lost, but it got to the point where I only could watch the first 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes, and I was good. I didn't need to see anything else
exactly.
because
Yeah,
literally,
yeah.
like the good. I will give a lot of the Japanese shows credit in that they do give you a little bit more than that in the terms of content. But you're right. If the show's not kicking by at least the third or fourth episode, then it's probably gonna be a dead show. And I'm just hoping. I'm hoping for an arc here. I'm hoping to hear you say you're gonna turn your attitude on it and it's going to be good because that's coming from me, someone who doesn't even care for wrestling. But after I watched the first episode, I was thinking I like Sakura-tan. I didn't like her before. I like her now. I can't get into her personalities on some of these variety shows, but I just remember how much she was loved during the performance I saw at the Takamina festivals. It was like ear shattering loud whenever she was even within 10 feet of the stage.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
think she has the potential to kind of be another one of these big centers that we need for AKB. I hate to say it because right now she's so divisive, I think, in terms of AKB in general, but I think she knows that, and I think she could easily be the next center,
She's
like the
developing.
big center.
She's getting
Yeah.
there.
She's developed.
Yeah, she's
So
there.
I'm rooting for her, I
Yeah.
guess, is what I'm saying.
Not a problem with the show is though. So I don't like the main character. Well, her her buddy, her side character, that's Mukoichi Mion, and it's so
Ugh.
bland. It's so
Yep.
bland. You
Yes.
are definitely the sidekick who has no. You're just there. You have
Yeah.
literally no influence on the show whatsoever. You can you can replace her with a plant, and I wouldn't notice.
Wow.
That's the meanest insult I've ever heard, and yet it's true. It's
Mm.
true because I totally agree. Like she's pretty and she's awesome. Like as far as like certain
That's about it.
components
That's about it.
personality. That's it. I mean, you're right. She is not cut out for this. I totally 100% agree with you.
But later in the episode, so we went to the other side because the other main character is then Matsuya Jurina, who is like the you know what I'm gonna say? She's John Cena of the wrestling industry right now, compared to that.
Oh wow.
But she wrestles worse than John Cena because the thing is,
Yeah.
the wrestling. She was having like this like scene with the manager or the owner of the wrestling of WIP, and in the background you can see the training. And since I was in wrestling myself and I know how this thing works, what they were doing the startup of a training. They always run the ropes. You
Yeah.
see, then in the background, you have to like go 10 times with the ropes, and you see Harupi doing that. But the problem is, they're not even running the ropes. It's like she's walking, stops, touches the rope, and then walks back. That's not how you run the rope. So as a wrestling fan, it invigorates me.
Yeah.
That's like, what have you been teaching these girls? Why are they teaching them wrestling if they're not gonna wrestle or do anything? Episode 2, they had a wrestling match. Still no bumps. Not a single bump. The moves, like the impressive moves, like Dasu doing her backflip. That's her own move. That's not being taught by wrestling or anything. Or the flips. It's impressive you can do that, but still, that's not a wrestling move. They haven't been taught by a wrestler or like trainers to do that. And yeah, the big thing was with Shimada Haruka doing the swing, and it was impressive. Except I saw the Road to WIP when they had like her segment of it. How
Yeah.
did she learn to do that swing? And then something even more bad happened for me. They showed how they film an episode, and a wrestling match never has, cut and then stop the move, stop the match. The fans quiet down, and then they have to reset. They had like all these segments. You know what? Do the swing. Okay, let's try another one. All right, crowd, get excited, get in position, and action. And then I was out of it. It's like, that's not. I know wrestling is scripted, fake, whatever you want to call it, but not to that level. These girls are so basic into wrestling. It's not even basic wrestling. It's even lower than that. And I understand maybe AKS want to be, keep them safe because it can be hurtful injury. But man, if you're just gonna teach them these moves and not use it, then why then make a show about it at all?
Well, one question I have: how was Harupi in it? What are your thoughts about her? And no, that's okay, that bad. Huh?
It's because she's light. The reason she was
She
in there,
is,
the reason
yeah.
she was in there, she was like the body for Shimada Haruka doing the swing because she did in the Road to WIP. She tested it on Yamada Noe,
Oh yeah.
and
Ouch.
I would say that she's heavy, but she's heavier than Harupi. And she did like 2 swings and then just like stumbled and like, all right, how are we gonna do this in the actual show? You know what? Get Harupi. You know, she's like a lighter. She's just also a top member. Let's put her in there. But other than that, she has this. She's the character with the glasses. You know, I like. The sidekick of Matsui Jurina, the tag team partner as well, and being the yeah same position as Mion. Just like I'm here, but I have no emotion or character or anything. Just be
Right, right,
annoying
right.
with my glasses.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is that it's like I'm wondering because it does kind of mark maybe then perhaps one of the missteps of AKS maybe choosing to have a drama like this, and it also kind of I'm wondering if if it's also reflective of a couple other the missteps I think that AKS has done recently. I think STU 48 already feels like a misstep, and then
Ooh,
they
yeah.
just
Oh
and then they
yeah.
just then they just shelved the stock market game. That's done. And I'm just thinking like what is
Postponed.
going on?
Postponed.
Well, yeah,
It's
postpone
Yeah.
equals not ever gonna
Not
happen.
yeah.
It's right up there with Taipei 48. Let's just put
Yep.
it that way. So it's never gonna happen. So, but it's just like I keep wondering, like what's going on here? Like, I mean, maybe they're reaching too much. You know, maybe this is a perfect time to say that like if you're gonna try to get these girls to do all these other things, that's great. But you got to commit to it, like you said, because otherwise, what's the point? Like Jarena, she's a girl I could totally see committing to doing this. Shimada Haruka, obviously, as well,
Yep.
because I mean, I think when I look at her, I just think she's a pro wrestler. but I'm just saying like maybe they are overreaching. Maybe I really hope the show gets better so we don't think that because I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, there was another thing. One more character I gotta talk about.
Sure.
Oh, go for it.
And that's the character of Shiroma Miru. So
Really?
Oh,
I
really?
was expecting
Yeah.
something for her to be in there, but she has a catchphrase, and
Uh,
and that's pretty much
right.
it.
That's
She
it.
her moves are like it doesn't even feel shit. She's trying to do this basic leg lock move or like a form of figure four, but it's just so loosely, and you can see it doesn't feel as the actual move. And then she always has the line when someone breaks out or doesn't pin. She says "Nande ane." That's her line.
Oh
She
man.
didn't say any other word. And I heard her say it like 4 times in 1 minute or maybe 2 minutes. It's 3 times in the match, and then they went to the outside where the fans were like, "Oh, I'm excited," and then it's like Julia said something, and then she says over her shoulder like "Nande ane." It's like, get it? Like,
You know what's interesting about that though, Robin? Is like Shiroma. I don't see her in a wrestling show at all, anyways, because to me it feels like AKS or whatever or NMB's agency is trying to maybe push her as a tough girl because I mean she was tough in Kabasuka, she's tough now in this, well, kind of, but to me she's more of like a sensual model type. You know what I mean? And also too,
Yeah.
she's lyrical when she speaks. What I mean by that is like there's some people when they speak, they're very lyrical. Like you can just hear them talk and it like hooks you in. Like another girl is like that's Riripon from NMB, like Sutoririca. When she speaks, I could literally listen to that girl on repeat over and over. Or Mahohon. Mahohon
mm,
is I can listen to her just speak and it's lyrical, it's engaging. So for her to do something very physical and intense and doesn't necessarily show off her lack of better word assets, I think like maybe that's again another misstep because why put that why couldn't you put Michan in it from Minigishi or something
I
who's
think
who's freaking like built to do this now. I mean she whip butt in that and she'd be perfect for this because her attitude's so over the top, but instead you're gonna put the like glam model girl from NMB in it, huh? Or
I
heck, even Cyanide for
I,
crying
I
out loud.
think you just nailed it on the head. The biggest
Yeah.
problem with what I have with the show. like I don't have a problem with Yurina because she's physically able to. You know, she's a physical type.
Yeah.
Shimada Haruka, of course, she's a physical able to.
Yeah.
Sakura, hell no, she's
No.
not athletically able. Or the
no,
Mion,
no.
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 Nakai Rika.
No.
Yeah, like, what?
the heck?
And the biggest problem is also then you have Katu Minami, who is acrobatic, athletic, but she's in the show injured. She's actually in the coach with the what you call it, like the cast. Yeah, the
And
cast.
Grace.
So she's
Aw.
standing there. Yeah, it's sad for her. Of course, Lucky Girl ranking maybe have to involve with it.
Maybe.
But it's then like you have all these characters who aren't physically able to do this in a physically able show.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the problem.
Yeah, like why don't I get like Michan, like I said, like Minigishi, because like I said, she's built for it. Or there's any number of girls.
Oh yeah,
you can get.
Shizuka.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
a good
for
one.
crying out loud.
Yeah.
Give Shizuka a chance. I mean, she's definitely built. I mean, it said, like you said, Nakai Rika. That girl is literally 5 pencils glued together. Like,
Yeah.
seriously. She's so small. I mean, like, why would you pick, like, or, yeah, I agree.
I'm still
I think I
hoping
hit it.
because right now the savior for me is Yokohama Yui, and it looks like
Yeah.
she's going to be
Yeah.
in the next episode. And
Good.
in the preview they showed Kisaki Yuria, and that's one of an
Oh, yeah.
ass
she can
kicker
do
as
it.
well.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
has the Yankee character, I believe.
Yeah. Well, good.
So
Expected. Yeah. So
Maybe
let's
an
hope
improvement. Like I said, maybe we're
Let's
going to
hope
see
it.
an arc and
Let's
it'll
hope
get
so.
better.
Because they need 6 members, so she's probably the 6th.
it's gonna
Yeah,
it's
right,
such a weird
right.
show. I don't.
Also, on Yui's character, like, oh, I have to save you, Sakura. So I'm gonna apply to a nearby high school so I could join because of the high school requirement. so like, Yui is basically the savior of everyone. So
So Kentoku.
Not
Hmm.
the vote.
All right, so that was my talk about tofu wrestling.
It's good. No, that's good.
Jeebus.
Yui Han. Oh, at least Chino's Oshi gets to be propped up. That's good.
Yep.
And plus, we all know she can wrestle, so
Yep.
she's actually good at it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
let's hope for the best.
Before we skip over this, we do have some graduation announcement from SKE. It's like the
Ah,
captain and the
yes.
other one, yeah.
Yeah.
Tobo.
So what do you think about that?
I actually never expected for Yakata Miki to announce graduation because she is a captain after all, and I know that one was kind of unexpected, but the other one
I did like her reasoning though. It's like I've been accepted to a university.
Yeah, true.
It's like okay,
So-
there's no problem with that. Sure, go for it.
Well, that's true,
It's one more depletion of SKE that I think SKE is like the sister group that gets crapped on over and over again by every which way to Sunday. And I know my friend Chris, who's the big Wasserman lover, he was also a huge Miki fan, and I know that's gonna probably crush him because he just shook her hand at the high tension handshake, and it was like seeing an old friend because he used to shake her hand all the time, and he had a very good idol fan relationship with her, and it's gonna be sad to not see her there anymore. I mean, she's a pillar of SKE,
Yep.
and she earned that. She was never handed that. And she's a good voice too. So but the good thing about SKE is they'll rebound. They got so many great girls in their group that I think, whoever's gonna assume, or move up into kind of take that position, she'll be, they'll be fine. I honestly don't think it's gonna be that big of an impact as if say AKB lost one of their captains or
Yeah, that's
somebody else.
I understand that, but it feels like SK had a rough year, with all those members leaving, like a lot of
Yeah.
graduation announcements,
Man.
and it finally felt, let's get to rebuilding, maybe some new members put up front, new centers, and then they're like maybe not big in name, but I think they were important to the group, and now it feels like again SK is falling behind. It's like I said on the AK Bingo, we don't have any shows, anything like that. And for me right now, if I'm actually going to say it, is it's even lower SKE than NMB. NMB
Wow.
is actually doing
Yeah.
quite well now again with we're talking about Shirameru and Shibuya
Yeah.
Nagisa and Momoka and stuff like that. They're getting into the spotlight again and getting higher than that.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to say this. So like I think honestly, if you want to just trace like SKE's like downfall, it all began, in my opinion, with Rena leaving, and ever since then, I swear to God, it's been nothing but bad. Because if you look at the groups that have lost their second in commands, like NMB, with Milky gone, and then Rena gone and stuff, the groups that are now doing well are the youth groups, the younger groups. NGT is killing it, and Team 8
same.
always killing it, and they're
HKT
all
as well. So yeah.
HKT, well, HKT is they've been dominating since day one.
Yeah,
and of course,
pretty
let's not
much.
forget they have the ace. I mean, they got the Supreme Sashi looking over them. But in terms of like Eski now, like they were for a while, they were truly the number 2, and they almost were number 1 there for a while.
Yep.
But like you can't, like when the double Matsuis were in full effect, you couldn't stop them. You just couldn't, and they were the group you went to the shows, and I think really was like, I can't wait to see them, and because they were like the jump out group. Now it's like, oh, hey SK, how you doing? NMB, cool, you girls are hot. HKT, yay, youth. But it's all really NGT and Team 8 now, and that makes sense in a way because they're fresh. Particularly NGT, we all like fresh new people. The 16 Gen is a good example.
Yep.
Which, by the way, I don't know if any of you saw that really weird thing that I think DX you posted it. Like,
Oh
about the
yeah.
NGT members watching 16 Gen.
Yeah.
Wow, weird reality there.
Yeah, they're eating pizza and they're like, oh,
Oh,
she's
man.
nice. Yeah, watching showroom. Like,
Talk about just crazy, weird, transcendent reality there. But I would say like that's the point though. It's all about youth. It's all about now how much more you can really stand out individually. Where SK really embodied the idea of this group. The double Matsui, I would even argue, was the first true like duo out of all the AKB groups. I might be wrong on that. I'm trying to think in AKB what I guess.
Yukari Mayu.
Yukari and Mayu or Achan and Takamina maybe, or even the Twin Towers. How could I forget them? But I would say in terms of group leading in succession, I mean, SKE, the double Matsuis, for a moment, I honestly thought they were both going to take number 1, number 2 in Sasenkyo there for a while. They had that huge trajectory, but now Rena's gone. Jarina doesn't have her second in command, I think. I mean, Dasu never gets any love despite getting, like, even in the Copy 7. Still, she does not get as much love as I think that girl should be getting. I don't know. Sorry, I just, that's my group. My Oshi's in it. And she doesn't get any love. So I don't know. That's what I have to say.
Other news. I think you want to talk about this. Some Koji Mako news.
Yep. Go for it.
She now has an agency! Yay!
Go Kotimako. Happy for you.
But what does that mean, though? What is going to happen soon? Soon we'll see her maybe in theaters or in. I think what I'm thinking is going to happen. She'll have her own sports program, maybe about football.
Yeah, that's what I totally see doing. But it's Sun Music, so like it's not like Sun Music, so like probably like a solo or something. That's what I feel like doing. Because she said music, not Sun Productions. Like there's different branches, like Sony, like Sony TV, Sony PS4, like Sony Vita. There's different branches. So I don't know yet. So it's just really happy. Like everyone on Twitter is like congratulating her. Like, and the weirdest part for me was like, Mego is calling Mako Makorin. I'm like, what? You call Mako Makorin? I'm like, what? That was the weirdest part for me. But like, she's like, thank you for she like literally tweet everyone in the Twitter, like who thank her in Twitter, like Megu, Mio, Nadia, Miki, Nacha, like every single one she knows in Twitter. Like she literally thanked them. So I'm happy for her getting Sun Music agency, because like that's been like 2 years, like since 2014. Like when are this new girls getting agencies? Because like everyone's under AKS, and like to see Mako and like a agency now, it's like yes.
What do you want to see happen with Kojimako ultimately? Like where are you seeing your Oshi go?
She said she wants to be like a talent or like an actress.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
can you see it?
Like an actress? At the moment, no. But like as a talent, like just being like in like a television, like yeah, I could totally see her. But like she's good at doing the football channel, so
She's a good MC
Okay.
actually. She knows
Yeah.
how to go to a program, and
Really?
Yeah.
I think the good reason here, like they have like a sort of rivalry with Okada Nana, and since Nachan has her solo song coming up, this is maybe a good timing for her to get a solo song outside of AKS, and then it opens new doors, like we said, the programming about maybe football or anything else, and you know, hopefully she doesn't have then graduation thoughts if things go well, too well maybe, but this could
I don't-
have new opportunities for her.
I don't see her like graduating for a while, cause like she's trying out new things, especially like in a new agency. Like if you're in an agency, you just don't want to be like a face of AK because like she's like a back member of the Senbatsu basically right now.
Yeah.
So like I don't think she's gonna graduate for a while because of that reason. Cause like especially like she just got signed to a Sound Music. Like oh I need to bring up my name in AKB first before I actually leave. I don't want to be like direct fall instantly. So that's what I think it's.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think though about? I mean, because Kochimako for a while there was kind of like the darling of AKB. I
Yeah.
remember there was even talks of her being the center, and then I don't know. She just sort of I don't want to say fell by the wayside, but then it seemed like that
Yeah.
talk disappeared.
Like she was really like before Mia. Like she was actually the push member in 2014.
Right. So what do you think
So-
happened?
Hmm.
I would
don't-
say it's the flavor of the month. It's effort time.
think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we said, now it was Mion, and now it's maybe Ogri Yui, and then the next one shows up, and the next one. It's like they want to push someone, and they say, and finally when it's pulled down our throats, it's like, it isn't working, and then they pull it out again. It's like, well, let's try this one, and then it happens all over again.
Hmm.
I think what happened during that when she was pushed to K, like when she literally went to K, that's literally her downfall years. Like, oh yeah, because Yuko Oshima graduated. Yeah, let's put every single one of the aces of each group in freaking Team K, and like let's just put Mako as a Team K ace, and like okay, then like they literally put her in the back. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she went from the front from Team 4 to the back of Team K because
Yeah.
in the same group he had Matsuya Jurina, Yamamoto
Sayane.
Sayaka,
Yeah.
Harupi.
I'm like,
Ouch.
oh, are you freaking kidding me? Of course it's
Yeah.
gonna fall. Like
Really good point. Okay, I
Yeah.
was just curious.
that was the really downfall of her. But like, was
Mm.
also on that point, like they were literally pushing Mion then too. Like Mion
Yeah.
was
Ah.
center in Team 4 already. Remember that part too?
Ah.
Like on the other ends. So now they just switch back. I'm like, you know that's too late for Mako to come back now, especially like being behind Sayane and Jurina. So like what?
So that's maybe
Good
a fun
point.
thing to do quickly in the last few minutes of this episode. If only in AKB48 right now. So
Yeah.
let's go with Team A. Who do you think is the center of Team A? Like the ace of Team A.
Hmm.
I think it's Megu for me.
Taniguchi Mega?
Yeah, I think it's Megu because like Nanya's graduating, Pyro's gone, Kojima Harana's gone. So like who else do you put there? Like
I would
Like,
say
I would say
Miyawaki
Anime.
Sakura.
oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, but like the next gen, I'm thinking like just
next
say
gen.
the next gen.
Okay. Anime
Not
is a
like-
good one though.
I would say if you were talking about face-wise, I would go for Anin actually.
Yeah.
She has that exotic vibe going around her, and I can see her as the face of Team A. I would say.
The face
Can
of
I-
Team A, like the ace, you know, the one to
Can I-
go
can-
first.
Yeah, for me, yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Can
I
I
would.
say? Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
Oh, go for it.
Anin is releasing her photo book too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can I
Yeah,
just say I am so pumped for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are
it's about
so
freaking
many photo
time.
books coming out, and it's like amazing to me.
I can't wait till I go to Japan. I'm just like buy.
All I have to say is like this.
Let it rain. Actually, or well, go ahead. You guys go ahead and say it, because I'll go last on this. But for the team,
For,
maybe.
for Team A, for me, it's Miyawaki Sakura, I think. I see her more for AKB than actually HKT currently. But I think everyone went, so your turn, Derek.
Okay. Well, okay, so because I was trying to think of like those that aren't like Kennen, because you have Shiromiru, you have Sakura-tan. Sakura-tan would be the obvious choice. I don't know if I'd want to say Yuihan, because but she's the captain, but she's also Silken Toku, and I don't really necessarily know if she's a face. But you know who I'd really like to see? It's not gonna happen, but I would like to see like Nakamura Mariko, because she's vice captain right now.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like a crazy choice, because she doesn't have any strength or popularity as far as like I think people that want to get behind her, but that girl, she's been such a utility girl, and after watching the documentary on her a couple years ago or whatever, like I really feel like they need to give her that kind of a position. They need to like let her. I know that's like way off base, probably not what anyone would think. There are so many other girls that could. My second would be Megu, actually, because I think Taniguchi would be. I think she would kill it. But or Iriyama Anna, either one. But I would say like I want that girl to succeed so bad, because between her and Oya, that are both in Team A, like I feel like neither one really get their comeuppance like they should. So but I don't know if by putting her in and becoming the face, she would become the face. I don't think people would accept it.
No,
so that's
no,
just my own.
Yeah.
I like her, but it doesn't feel like she has like this ace position. She's a good, go-to advice person. Same with Yokoyama Yui. She is the Sokantaku, and she's like the top billing on that. She is now the face of AKB as a whole when you go for information to her. But
Yeah.
to that, no. But the funny thing is, you said Taniguchi Megu, Yeho, and the thing is, when Sakura is not there because she's getting position, the one who also has the leading role is Taniguchi Megu. Like that song when they go in all gold and they have the feathers.
Yeah.
The only one with a hat is Taniguchi Megu. I'm not saying that's something, but it's like the only one with a hat, special hat on her top hat, is Taniguchi Megu. So maybe that's a sign on that.
My vote's for Chiori.
Okay.
I also have proof that like she could be the next one, because like between like when I went last March, right, in two shots, like between Nanya and Megu, like Megu's not really pushed, but like Nanya literally like had few lines, and Megu had like this really long line beside her. I'm like, okay. Then when I was waiting for Nanya, I'm like, because you can see like, right, like the spaces. There's literally like a small door. Like I literally was just like, I was literally like looking at Megu. Oh, I'm like, who's the member beside her? I'm like, oh, it's Megu. She's so pretty.
Awesome.
She is. She's adorable. She's gorgeous. Her and Annan, hot. Hello.
I'm like, I was like literally looking at her. I'm like, who the heck's this member? I'm like, who is this member? It's like, oh, it's Megu. Cause like as soon as I saw her face, I'm like, whoa, she's pretty. Also, Oshima Ryoka is actually pretty cute. So yeah.
Is she in person? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah,
I can say that.
Like I saw her, like her fans are like Oji-san, and like she's trying to fish, like the Oji-san. Bye bye.
Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. Actually, I like that. We should definitely have a discussion, maybe more about like Ultimate Center, like who we should come up with like our own little list or something. Because I maybe I'll even do a top 10 on that actually, because that actually sounds like a good next one. I haven't done one in a while, so you guys give me some stuff to think about, because Team A has so many good ones, but I don't know who is going to be the next one.
So now let's go to Team K then.
Me.
Well, I know, yeah.
Who else in Team K is there?
I wish Fujita Nana was more
oh
at
God,
the front and
yes,
center.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say if I were to go ace-wise, I'd probably be Mutotomo for me. She is, I don't know, she deserves it in my opinion. Mutotomo for Team K.
Tomo has this feeling like every time I know she's a top member, but I always like, oh yeah, Tomu, for some reason.
Yeah.
It's I know she's great, and I'm gradually getting into like, oh, she's actually funny, but she's always more reserved. She's not the I'm here type, and that's what an ace needs to be. She's not like front and center. Be like when that person enters a room, the room watches her, and Yeah, Muka
Yeah.
Ichimiyong, she's getting forced down our throats, and then we notice, yeah, every time Muka Ichimiyong enters the room, then AKS is sounding, now entering Muka Ichimiyong, and then we have to watch.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah.
that's the feeling. That's right now the ace of Team K. But Team K isn't that strong, to be honest.
No, true.
Not what it used to
Yeah,
be.
well, I think like Fujita Nana obviously would be a pick, but I think she's on like the AKB is just a stepping stone for her. She's just she's the Shawako of AKB, I think. But I would say like for Michan, like Michan would definitely be awesome. I'd love to see her as like the big face for them. Abe Maria, I have been the biggest fan of that girl since day one. She is just probably one of the hottest members in history, and she's just great. But she has like no personality. It seems like it never comes out.
She's really reserved. She's very ditzy
She's
and
very
reserved.
Tano-chan would be cool. I think she's feisty enough, and she's got the body, the look, she's got the dance skills.
She's too feisty.
But she's a little too feisty. Muto Tomu, I cannot get into that girl. I don't like anything about her. I know there's a lot of Tomu fans. I respect you, but I just cannot like that girl. I just can't. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, you're right. They're not that strong. I guess if I had to go with anyone, it'd be their captain. It'd be Michan. You know, I think they have it right there. At least for now. We'll see. You know.
All right. Team B.
Next
That
gen
one-
or current?
Next gen, of course.
Just Team B. Team B.
Yeah,
Still,
Team B.
next gen or current?
No. What now is in this year officially Team B.
Cause like Mayu's basically
Yeah,
still the
exactly.
ace.
Yep.
Mhm. But
So-
is she the ace of Team B? Like I'm saying. She may be an ace of AKB as a whole, but does she feel like, when like Team B, then she's front and center? Or does Team B have a double center of Yukari and Mayu?
Well, what about Renachi? I mean, you
Exactly.
can't forget this girl.
Exactly.
My
so,
God, she's
Renachi.
next line. I don't for me though it's Tana, man. I love her. I don't care what anyone says. Like that girl is the face of AKB in general for me in some ways. I love her to death.
She had an
So-
interview with BCC.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
BBC, yeah. Not
Yes,
BCC,
and
that's a Dutch company. BBC.
Yeah. The British company.
BBC. Yeah, that article. Well, let's
Oh,
not talk about that.
Yeah.
The TV corporation, okay, not the other meaning.
Right.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Let's stop there. Let's stop there.
For me, like
Yeah,
they're
it-
pushing Seichan, so
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That session could be good next year.
She would be good. She would actually be really good.
because I always see her in like LODs, like she's like in the middle most of the time now. Cause like you don't have Mayu, you don't have Yuki, and they always push the Kenkyusei to do the stages, cause like literally Team B has no members, cause like the top 4 members are not always there, and like
Yeah.
well
Yeah,
5, like Renachi, Yukirin, Yuria, Mayu, and like Nako, cause Nako, and like even Nagisa too, cause teammate. So like they're literally missing 6 people most of the time. So like
Mhm.
they had to push like the 3 Kenkyuseis that Team B has.
Exactly. That's
So-
what I mean. So they're a part of Team B, but they're most of the time not at the stage or the theaters or anything, so they don't represent
Mhm.
Team B.
Good point. Good point.
Good point.
Really good point.
All right.
That's why.
Go
Also.
ahead.
Oh wait, never mind. It's just next. It's the next.
Well,
Yeah.
to my opinion, the most powerful team right now is Team 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so
Yeah.
many. My God,
I
everybody in
can't
that
even
freaking
choose.
group.
I can't even.
Hey, you
choose.
take your just throw a stone at them and you're gonna hit a captain.
Yeah.
Well, actually, don't throw a stone at them, please. No violence against our girls.
It,
But I'm
it's
just
one
saying.
of my favorite times every time they have the introductions because everyone has such a good introduction and they all
they're
appeal
great.
to each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
Every time Iwatate Saho does her catchphrase, they go to Okada Ayaka, showing her just disbelief, like stuff like that. No. I gotta say, for me, it's of course Nachan. She is right now. Every time she comes up, the fans are the loudest, and she has like most of the MC parts, and she represents Team 4. Well, you have the captain, but it feels more like the ace of the group is then Nachan, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
for
Go
it.
ahead. No, I was
I'm deep into Team 4, so yeah, you go first.
No, I was just gonna say I agree. Not-chan
Yeah,
for me.
Not-chan.
Takashi Jiri, captain. I think they got that right too. I think she's great. Komiharu, of course. I think would be a strong third if she can get up there. Sayaya would be good, and well, I'd like to see Nozawa Reina, but that's not gonna happen. But yeah, but I would say Not-chan. But again, any one of these girls, my goodness. So.
There's a
What about
shovel
you,
coming
Jacob?
up. I'm saying it again. 2017. There's a shovel. The reason the
There's gonna
shovel,
be.
the reason shovel is coming up. They need to place the 16 gen into groups, and that's coming sooner or later. So
And
Yeah.
Team B
Coach Yaro's
needs
graduation. You watch. It'll do.
Yeah.
They'll do it there.
yeah, and she's gonna
Team
announce
B.
it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably.
Probably.
I mean, like at the first day or something like that, when that's not the actual graduation, there's going to be the shuffle on the first day.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Calling it.
That would be funny if she actually does the shuffle, like the names and stuff.
Oh man.
I would see her do it. Just
Yeah.
you know, as a final troll.
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be kind of funny if she did
You've
that.
got like a big number, you know, and all the names in it, and then everything like Team A, like the Champions League clothing for the football games. You've got
Right.
like this, and then another tumbler with all the teams in it, Team A, or Metal Izumi, Team B, or something like that. That would be quite
Mhm.
interesting. Or Nagata Miami, Team A, something like that. Oh man, that would be so funny to watch.
Would be indeed.
So DX, did you have some for Team 4 or was that Komiyama?
Komi,
Okay.
just Komi.
Hard one though. Does Team 8 happen right
Wait,
now?
Yayo, what did Yayo go? Did you go Yayo?
No,
Who
Oh,
did you want for Team 4?
sorry.
Boom.
Team 4 feels like
Yes.
there's triple aces for me in triple in
Get
Team
deep
4.
here. Come on.
Get,
What is it?
go for it, go for it, go for it.
Yeah, because right now the center is oh wait, no, wait, I can't even think right now. On the default position, you have Mako, Nachan, and Saya. When Mako's not there, Nachan goes there, and like Saya. But oh yeah, the fourth member that I was saying is Murayama Yuri. Like
Yeah.
Murayama
Oh, yeah,
Yuri is
there
just
you go.
killing everyone. Like oh,
Yeah, good point.
there's no member in Team A. Oh, I'll do Team A. There's
Mhm.
there's not enough member in K. I'll do K.
She is the
even-
stage angel currently.
Yeah.
She has
Yeah.
the new record, of course, of doing most performances, and within a year. And right now she is definitely set from if you have an ace for theater stages, then she is the ace currently on that side.
You know what would I add though? Like I would be surprised if like she does a teammate like a teammate stage.
That is
Just
interesting.
be like,
Where's she from?
ah,
What
let's-
is Lisbon? She can replace that member maybe.
That's it.
wait? Let's
Kanagawa,
let's see.
Japan. Kanagawa.
Yeah. So
Kanagawa.
if they do 47 to that song and then she shows up just suddenly like yeah, it's like I would lose it.
But like yeah, it's like the next jet ace in Team 4 is Yuri because like her powerful and like with Nachan all the time basically
Mhm.
too.
Yeah,
It's like she's getting there, but like she like last Senkyo she didn't apply for the Senkyo, so I wish this year she applies.
I think she will though. I think there are enough people now behind her saying do it.
Yeah.
All right. Finally then teammates. There's currently the ace for me is then Ogiri Yui. She's right now that's being presented the most. It was first forgot her name right now. It was the tall one, the 15-year-old who cries
Nakano?
easily. She's a big fan. What's her name?
Nakano
Uh-oh.
Ikumi?
Maybe
Nakano?
Not
Give me?
Otanao. No.
No, Otanao is not.
Give me- give me a
Nakano Ikumi.
Ikumi.
Yeah, not Ikumi. Yeah, Ikumi.
Yeah.
Yes.
She cries all the time, so it's
That's
gotta
right.
be her.
Yeah, that's the starting ace of Team 8. though.
Yeah.
Right,
So
yeah,
she
right,
started
right.
first.
Yeah.
Then like switch to Nagisa.
Yeah.
Then not Kurano. Like her and Kurano are like tied, like basically.
At one point it was Yamada Nanami, but it's been quieting down for her actually.
Well,
Yeah.
That's actually my pick. I don't care. I love that girl to death. I love her personality. I love everything about her. Yeah, she may not be the face, but she could be. For me, in Teammate, when I think of Teammate, I think of her and Oguri Yui. Those are the only two I really think. I like Okabe Rin too. Rin-chan's cool. But those are the two that really get me excited when I think about Teammate. So.
I'm gradually getting into a Teammate. So like I said, Oda Enna is super funny.
Yeah, she's got a funny streak to her.
Hayasaka Tsumugi is also great.
Yokoyama Yui is actually, I think, a little bit more interesting than I thought she originally was too. I forget what I saw there, but she actually had a couple cool variety moments in the show I saw. I want to say it was a while ago though. But yeah, she's cool.
In AK Bingo, they revealed like she was actually writing down her own dialect in a paper.
Yeah. I mean, she's just,
Yeah, so it is pretty funny to do that. So we'll definitely maybe do a list, like I said, for your blog about aces or maybe upcoming top 10 members. It is not like a Senbatsu Sosenkyo, but the feeling that people are always there, you know? All right. Does anyone has anything else before we wrap this things up?
Well, DX, who is your teammate?
For Team 8, oh man, it's kind of hard, but I love Yamada Nanimi, and since the recent Team 8 show, I really like Yoshikawa Nanase as well. So
nice.
That helps. That's why there are variety shows to do that.
Exactly. The whole point of them. Whole point. Yep.
Me, Maria Shimizu, and Tanikawa Hijiri. Because I saw both of them in the Manila concert, so I was happy. So yeah,
that helps. All right, then let's wrap up the show for this week. Yeah, as usual, go to our Twitters, talk to us. We'll talk right back. Like we said at the start of the show, the community, you're all part of it. Give us information, then we can help us grow even better and better. Go watch the other stuff. We'll put those into the link below. Set them out. Just give them a like. Maybe also what Josh said. Say to them that you got sent us, by us. Yeah. Derek, you always have your site on derekvasconi.com. Maybe a new top 10, like you said, is coming up.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah, and next week we're gonna have actually MrJoshbox on the show talking more about Nogisaka news, because there's a lot of Nogisaka news happening today and this week. But we'll save it with MrJoshbox.
We are not that specialized in the Nogisaka world, so that's
Josh. Josh is, however, very Nogi friendly, so I'm excited to see what he has to say about all of it, especially the one thing we were talking about. But we'll get to that.
So look forward to that next week, and we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Happy birthday, Mia!
Happy birthday.